Hear me out, they did Red X dirty. Red X was one of the coolest characters that I've ever seen in DC. Teen Titans was the first mention or scene that I've ever seen of Red X. Even cooler that he's actually Robin. Anyway, Red X had the abilities and the tech to take out all of the Titans. Some sort of device that was able to hold back Raven and Starfire. Something to shut down Cyborg Sonic Blast. Something to keep Beast Boy tied up no matter what animal he became. Red X had that cool little disappearing act that Batman has as well, that we don't usually see with Robin or Nightwing. How a lot of his weapons are X themed, his voice with it, how smooth and precise Red X was. This was something that all the fans loved. In DC, I would not mind seeing a Red X versus Red Hood. How do we go from peak to this? And yes, okay, Teen Titans Go was a kid show, but we get a one-off little episode. We did see him in Harley Quinn, but I know I'm not the only one who's not taking Harley Quinn serious. I low-key want to see so much more with Red X, and I want to see what y'all think about him down below. Hear me out. Why do all Robins have red in common? Why does Dick Grayson become Red X while he's becoming Robin? Why does Jason Todd become Red Hood after being Robin? Why does Tim Drake become Red Robin after being Robin? Like, is this a certain theme with them? Am I the only one who notices this? Damian has to become something. I know he had the gray suit with a little red on that before, but is he about to be Red Assassin or something? Even Batman had a little thing going on with Flash calling the Red Death. It was one of the coolest things to me a few years ago. Until the CW butchered that and I don't even look that way no more. Now, I don't know if writers are doing this on purpose, but it could give us a new cool comic line with Damian that I'm actually looking forward to now. So anyway though, did y'all notice this fun fact about DC? The Green Lantern Corps. Powered by willpower, we have several famous characters within this corps, including pre-betrayal Sinestro, Guy Gardner, John Stewart, Kilowog, Hal Jordan, Kyle Renner, and many more. Green Lanterns can use pure imagination as their power source and are essentially the cops of the DC universe. At one point, for some reason, they were weak to the color yellow, but they ended up actually writing that into canon, which is because Parallax is trapped inside the central power battery. Fun fact, Green Lanterns are charged up with blue lanterns around. The Ultraviolet Corps, powered by unseen light. Also part of the invisible emotional spectrum, the heart of their corps is a living phantom galaxy powered by the sentient sun named Umbrax. Umbrax moves through space drawn to planets with the strongest self-destructive forces. It surrounds and takes over these forces with its energy. Any inhabitant it animates becomes ultraviolet lanterns, and again another lantern corps seeming possessed. Fun fact, the only two cases of non-possessed beings were John Stewart and Sinestro, each being able to overcome Umbrax's influence. Also, why is Sinestro passed around? He's been like every Lantern Corps. Here about this has officially been the year of comic accurate suits. Mr. Terrific's suit was so good. Superman's suit was gorgeous. Spider-Man's suit is perfect. Supergirl has her suit. Bucky got a suit. Sentry got a suit. Like, this is what I'm talking about from superhero media. They are stepping up their game and they are giving us what we wanted this whole time. We are getting some of the best suits known to man. They thought we wanted leather suits, casual suits. We actually get some cool ideas that people thought were going to look childish, but they really look hopeful. And now that they're starting to do this, I actually want to see some clever ideas. Now we got Wolverine. Will we get a Cyclops suit? Will we get a Jean Grey Miss Marvel suit? Like, this has raised my expectations so high because they're doing this good. So Marvel, DC, I can't wait to see what y'all have in the future. And I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all of this. Hear me out. What if Marvel did an Absolute universe? Obviously not the name Absolute for copyright reasons, but to just get dark and gritty. I am not gonna lie, Absolute is really genuinely almost becoming my #1 favorite comic line. The fact that they're getting so creative. Now I'm not gonna lie, Spider-Man has suffered so much. I think y'all should just give them all happiness. That honestly is an Absolute universe, because when is that ever gonna happen? But imagine a Hulk that is some horrified monster. Thor, but he 4,095 pounds, 11 feet tall. Is that Matt just getting blind off that ooze? What if it changes his head a little bit, makes him look more so alien? But what do y'all think about this idea? Should Marvel try it? Hear me out. Which version of Martian Manhunter is the strongest in all comics? Martian Manhunter is a very powerful hero who gets done dirty by DC every chance they get. To be thrown to the side when he can throw hands like Superman. But he only thinks his weakness is fire. When he doesn't, he becomes the strongest form, which is called Furnace. Let me tell y'all something. Furnace has 0 weaknesses. He was faster, stronger, and better than the Justice League and beat all of them multiple times. Furnace is so cool that he actually controls his weakness, or better yet, should I say he has pyrokinesis. This means he can literally control fire or do whatever he wants with it. He's malleable with it. On top of that, he has his usual powers, and we know the actual history of Furnace. Furnace is a very powerful being, and that was his whole race of Martians. Until the Guardians, yes, the same Guardians who are over the Green Lanterns, went in and put a mental block inside of them and switched them into 2 races, that is the Green Martians and the White Martians. So that is my pick, but if y'all have any other picks for Martian Manhunter, please let me know down in the comments. Hear me out, and Dreamplayer wants to know what is my thoughts on Batman Under the Red Hood. Batman Under the Red Hood was an amazing animation to me. I think it had heart. I love Jensen Ackles as a voice actor. And from him becoming Red Hood, I actually want him to become the new Batman for voice acting for good for a while. When I was younger, I promise I was scared to see the crowbar scene. I was thinking this was real gore, like real gore you'll find offline. But the fact they actually made that scene amazing to where you can even clutch your seat over an animation is beautiful. And this movie is also the thing that got me to love the Red Hood's outfit. The mask, the jacket, the all black under that. The fact this man came to Gotham and immediately immediately started getting to work shows that Batman is not good for the city. The Red Hood would low-key be better for Gotham. I'm talking like criminals were scared to do things. You don't gotta worry about some Joker when Red Hood's about to pull a trigger. But anyway though, this movie is definitely 10 out of 10 for me. Made me look into Jason Todd a lot more as well. Started having younger me question Batman's morality. Thank you, Dream Player, and what did y'all think about Batman Under the Red Hood? Hear me out, Superboy Prime is way more OP than I could imagine. This man is actually like that. This is a clone of Clark. I think it was literally Clark from the Prime universe, who is basically a multiversal threat. Off the bat, this man basically has no weaknesses. He's immune to kryptonite and almost every bit of magic. This dude's punch was strong enough to literally shatter reality. Then he went on to kill a little bit of the Teen Titans, a little bit of the Justice Society, and then 32 Green Lanterns barehanded. That is an insane feat. Dude, Superboy Prime somehow hurt the Darkest Knight. This man somehow beat the entire Justice League twice. Dude literally got trapped in the Speed Force by the Flash and escaped himself with an upgrade and a device that allows solar energy absorption. He literally buffed himself. And then he went on to beat a future version of himself by punching him so hard he was wiped from existence. Why would they make him? But what do y'all think about Superboy Prime? Hear me out. When are we gonna realize Beast Boy is overpowered? Beast Boy is a threat as huge as Ben Tennyson. Beast Boy can literally turn into whatever he wants. This man can turn into a being that is smart. That means he can turn into Batman or Mr. Terrific. This man can turn into mythical creatures. He can turn into dragons, heck, gargoyles, leviathans, literally whatever he puts his mind to. And Beast Boy can even turn into demons themselves. This man can turn into a demon leader who literally leads all the demons. This man can turn into freaking Starro and control the superheroes as he did. He was his own boss level threat. And we don't usually get to see any of this from Beast Boy. He just gets to be a comedic relief or a little kid who is nowhere near Robin of all people. Honestly, when it comes to DC, I think he should be shown a lot more. If we had our own Beast Boy show or our own Beast Boy animation, that would honestly be a really cool thing. But let me know what y'all think about Beast Boy down in the comments. Hear me out. Everything we know about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Boy, the suit looks beautiful. The eyes look amazing. The colors look amazing. 10 out of 10 suit. Dude, we know this movie is coming out July 31st, 2026. We know Punisher and the Hulk will be in this movie, and apparently all three of them will fight. This is sounding real comic-y, or at least like Spider-Man the animated series back in the 90s. And we know this movie will follow a singular Spider-Man with not a lot of side characters. He's alone, he's broke, and he's about to be a street level hero. Now this is my Spider-Man. Dude, I got such high hopes for this movie, and I think it'll be great. And another July banger. Now, while I don't feel like the trailer is going to be as big as Spider-Man No Way Home, I still feel like this trailer is going to be huge, doing numbers maybe up to like 50 million in one day, just off the sheer excitement of some of the side characters that will be in this movie. We also know Scorpion is in this movie. So what do y'all think about Spider-Man Brand New Day so far? Hear me out, some random facts about Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. Apparently Guy Gardner has fought Doomsday barehanded. I don't even know how I came to that point. Batman has stated Guy Gardner is one of the best Green Lanterns strictly off of his cockiness. Obviously he hasn't told Guy this because of obvious reasons. Guy is one of the only two people to remove a red lantern ring without dying, without help from a blue lantern ring or any other lantern ring. And he was actually a more qualified Green Lantern ring wielder than Hal Jordan himself. The only reason why Hal Jordan got the ring is because Hal was closer to the ring, so it went to him instead. As far as all the other Green Lanterns usually complaining, Guy Gardner actually loves his job as a Green Lantern more than anything else in the universe. And at one point, since apparently every lantern is passed around, Guy Gardner has actually been a Yellow Lantern once. So let me know how you feel about Guy Gardner and if you knew all these random facts about him. The White Lantern Corps powered by life. This ring is supposed to be the strongest ring. It can use the powers of all other Lantern Corps and are usually mastered within using them. Only Sinestro and Kyle Rayner have been White Lanterns. Sorry that there isn't a lot on them. The Orange Lantern Corps powered by greed. To be technical, there's only one Orange Lantern and his name is Larefleeze. The ring was given to him by the Guardians, and ever since when he kills, every soul is binded to him and the ring. And he can summon them like a construct. To be fair, when it comes to this ring, it's almost as if it's possessing him. Fun fact, he can absorb all lanterns except pink and blue. Hear me out, why is DC Cheetah actually really like that? Okay, so I posted a video of Cheetah not too long ago, and people were saying, isn't Cheetah a speedster? I thought she was just a bit faster because she fights Wonder Woman, and it turns out she is a speedster. So basically go into this old comic line. Basically Cheetah breaks into an armed prison and breaks out Zoom. Zoom being the reverse Flash of Wally West. Well, Zoom isn't quite a speedster. You see, what happens with Zoom is he slows down time around him rather than him actually going fast. Either way though, he still knows one or two things about speed. So he was reluctant, but he ends up actually teaching her. I think they have like some weird flirty thing going on, like I think he likes her. But as far as that goes though, while he's trying to teach her, he figures it out. She has a mental block just like Wally had. Her mental block is that there's multiple cheetahs. The first one is actually the one that she kills that unlocks her being the full cheetah. He even says that she doesn't even have limits. Her speed is magical, so she can push as much as she wants. After this, she's literally toying with Barry. Outruns Wonder Woman easily, Here we are, Marvel and DC are having a crossover, and we get so much fun cover art. Now, first as an actual comic line, we have Doctor Strange versus John Constantine, or Doctor Strange and John Constantine. Doctor Strange being the Sorcerer Supreme, who has earned his respect in the Marvel Universe, who has went against Galactus, Doctor Doom, and many magical creatures. Doctor Strange, who has carried the Avengers at some point. Doctor Strange, who is literally the guardian of the universe. John Constantine, the man who has tricked Dr. Fate, tricked Trigon, tricked Mr. Mixie, and somehow keeps stringing along with his immense, powerful knowledge in the magic arts. This will be a banger of a crossover. When you really think about it, their dialogue is about to be hilarious. Think about what they can do teamed up together. And if they have to fight, I've done this video before, but I do think Doctor Strange will win. So far though, I do got high hopes for it. What do y'all think about the Doctor Strange and John Constantine team up? The Star Sapphire Core, aka Pink. And these lanterns are powered by love. And the cool thing about them is that they can resurrect beings under certain conditions. They are all female, constructs made of crystalline, they can force other lanterns to join their corpse, and they can even identify fear. Funny story though, one of the Pink Lanterns is Carol Ferris, long-term love interest to Hal Jordan. She lost her mother at a young age and was losing her father, feeling no love of course until she met Hal Jordan. Well, the Pink Lanterns wanted to prove men were inferior to women, something they were trying to convince the Guardians of the Green Lanterns of, so they forced Carol to be a Pink Lantern and fight Hal constantly, and she lost like every time. Even then it gets crazier because every time she lost, Hal erased her memory of being a Pink Lantern, the Blue Lantern Corps, and they are powered by hope. And there isn't really much between them except obviously they supercharge Green Lanterns. They have the ability to heal, fly, and shield themselves. Cool thing about them though is that they unlock other abilities around Green Lanterns. And at a certain time it was said Blue was the most powerful of the first 7 corps because hope can achieve anything. Fun fact though, they counter Red, Orange, and Yellow Lanterns. Hear me out in Thunderbolts versus the Suicide Squad. I'm not gonna lie, this should be an obvious question, and this goes to the Thunderbolts easily. You can make valid arguments for Peacemaker and Bloodsport, but they have nowhere near enough feats for the others. Ghost is literally not getting touched by anybody. We don't even gotta bring Sentry in the equation. When you realize that Ghost is a very OP character, she cannot be seen and she cannot be touched. She can kill all of them easily, place bombs in their heart, whatever she legit wants to do. On top of that, John Walker has his shield. Bullets are not getting through that shield. On top of all that, you have Sentry above all. And even if he's not in his Sentry persona, even Void can literally just void them away. And I feel like you could make an argument for the Suicide Squad, but I saw someone saying take away Sentry and what is the Thunderbolts? We'll take away King Shark and what is the Suicide Squad? Let me know if you agree down below and who do you think would win? The Yellow Corps powered by fear. Now, if y'all remember that name Parallax and him being the cause of Yellow being a weakness to Green Lanterns, it's because it's the living yellow embodiment of fear. And with Sinestro, the Yellow Lanterns were born. These lanterns are extremely powerful, being able to draw fear from others. And fun fact, Blue Lanterns can actually drain Yellow Lanterns. The Black Lantern Corps powered by death. Necron using black power rings was able to reanimate formerly diseased beings, meaning that they turn into this zombie-ish creature. Even weirder though that it isn't even them, it just copies your diseased soul. And the Black Hand was the only exception when it came to this. They can only see by detecting emotional auras. Their only purpose is to kill and summon Necron. Fun fact, they can only be killed by different Lantern Corps firing at them, and White can counter them. The Red Lantern Corps, powered by rage. When someone first becomes a Red Lantern, their blood becomes this sort of napalm, making it to where they'll die if they aren't baptized within the blood ocean of Yismal. If I didn't say that right, I'm actually so sorry about that. But being baptized within that also gives them the ability to have more defined constructs and to become less frenzied. They have an ability to spew burning blood out of their mouth. And before being baptized, they are literal embodiments of mindless rage.